Welcome back, guys. A few changes since the last time you saw it, which is the last video. If I go on my websites, come on, go to Sunny Airlines. I've included a few more images just to add a bit more flavour to it, and I'll package these up inside a download for you. It should be in the description, so don't worry too much about it. I'll talk about that in a minute. Let me show you what I've done to the website to change it a little bit. As you can see, it's got new images. I've made that crap I did before. I now changed that into a card system. So now it's inside a card. Okay, that's a card system now, not what I did before, all that stuff. Either way, as you scroll down, you get this deals and buy now buttons. Simple, I just knocked it up. Simple text there, and then I changed the footer. If you want to see all this working now, I've changed the footer to be in more responsive layout. See, as I move it, it's clicking, and as you move it down again, it clicked again. See it click, and then as you move it down again, it should pop. It should pop into there. It's like these things here. This now is all responsive. Well, tis as far as I'm concerned. As you see there, the boat rides and the clicking. If you then just come out of that, scroll up to the pictures, and you can see the pictures, they're there. If I then scroll with these ones, that they've just clicked again. See them? They just click. That's it. They've just changed size. They've just changed another size. They've just changed another size, and then they pop into a single column. Okay, people? That's basically all I've done, really. Yes, I've done a little bit of a border there, but not much changes. So your download, for which is in the description, you will download this file. There's a link in the description for where you need to go. I can get rid of this. I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, if you click on the link, you'll go to my Dropbox, and you'll have this thing pop up, a big white box saying sign in. At the bottom of that box, you will see a little link that says continue download only. So you can actually click on that link and download the file straight from it. Easy peasy. When you have downloaded the file, you should in your downloads, you'll get a file that says Sunnydays Airlines zip. Now, if I've done this correct, if I right click it and go extract all, come on, work. I'll extract it inside. There it is. Thank you. In my downloads. So in my downloads now, I should have the file itself and then the zip file. If I open this file up and then click on this one, there it is. There it all is. Images are in there. Should be. They are. Great. So let's say we've done that. You've done that process, and inside your downloads now, you've got these two things. That's that done. Today's purpose is we're going to convert that HTML bootstrap website into a PHP website. It should be pretty quick, but there's a little bit more to explain. So what is PHP? How do we get it to work? How is PHP going to do stuff? Where do you start with this stuff? Well, you need a PHP interpreter or a local server on your system. And you're going to need a local server on your system, or an application that sort of imitates what the internet looks like. And that's basically what a WAMP server does, or you've got XAMPP, or you've got other types of things. But if you're on a Mac, I don't know what you can use on a Mac. You have to find out how you can set up a local server on your Mac. But for PCs, only PCs, I highly recommend WAMP server. So if you've been on WAMP server, you click on it. Most often than not, most laptops are 64 bits, so just download the 64 bits version and follow the on-screen instructions. When you've done all that and you've got it all working, I can close that down. You know what that is. If you go into your folder structure again, if it's not there, you'll have to create it, but more or less that should be there. Inside your Sunnydays Airlines, double click it, and it's this one you want to double click, isn't it? That's the one. So go back to this one. If you highlight that and then go copy this, go back to your PC, more or less it's inside the C itself. You should see a folder that says WAMP64. I'm going to double click that. There should be a folder in there called www. Should be. If it's not, you're going to have to create it, but it should be there. Double click it, and you can see inside here I've done some bits. I've already done it, but under a different name. We've got my WordPress installation. So to learn how to do a WordPress installation, I'll teach you that in the next video when we convert the HTML site to a WordPress theme. So this is just turning it into a PHP. Either way, we can now paste this in because it's under a different name. There it is. There's Sunnydays Airlines. That's that done. If I double click on this, there's all those folders. Great. So now how can we get this to be a PHP? Well, first of all, we need to double click this icon that should be on your screen. So if you get when you are installing WAMP server or any server, it will ask you, do you want to put a desktop icon on your desktop? Say yes, because then you can just double click it, enter thingy. Okie dokie, that's that done. Now that should, if I've done all that correct, what it's doing is it's starting the PHP interpreter, it's doing mysql, it's doing PHP admin, it's making all the things connect, and if I've done this correct, there should be a green icon. There it is. All services running, local service, see? So that's working. So that's that done. That's great. If you load now your Visual Studio Code up, there should be nothing in there. Great. Now I'm going to look for that file I've just opened folder. Go into this PC. Go into this. WAMP64. Go down to where we just downloaded. Put it in the www folder. This is one that I did literally 10 minutes ago, so I know how easy it is, but we want to open this one up and say OK, and there it is. Yes, I trust the authors. Yeah, go away, mate. Right, how did we then convert it to a PHP website and capitalize on the power of PHP? Basically, you want the index open. That's that done. That's open. We need a new folder inside this structure. In Sunnydays Airlines, we need a new folder. Just create a new folder and call it includes. Okay, that's it. You're ready to start converting. Once you've done this includes folder, we now need to save the index file index.html as an index.php. So we go save as, and we go index.php, save, and you'll see that this now is, I'm now in, see that little what's it called, icon of an elephant. An elephant icon means PHP. Done. We need to create now a new file called header and footer PHPs. I'll explain them in a minute, but either way we need to create a new text file. We need to save, control and save, click on the includes, so you put it inside there. We're going to call this one header.php and save, and now it's, you can see it's done. Create a new file, new text file, done. Click Control and S, and it should all, yes, if you look at the top there in the address bar, it says includes. That's good. And now we want this to be footer.php, so it's footer, that's it, and it's in the includes. Now we've got the header and the footer. We also need a sidebar PHP in the includes. So new file, and we're gonna Control and S, and it's in the includes. We can see it's in the includes. So now we go sidebar.php, enter. That's it. They're all the template parts or PHP parts I want. We're also going to convert the blog in a minute, but for now we're going to go back to the index. How do we then get and create the header PHP? Well, actually, because we're using Bootstrap, etc., etc., this header image, I don't want part of the header. I don't want this header image on every single page. So actually, it's here. I want the navigation, just the navigation side of it, yeah, and that's it. And also the metadata and all this gumph at the top here. And see this box no style takes away styles from Bootstrap's container because we are doing it in this way. All of these divs and whatever starting divs have got to be inside the header, because then you're sort of wrapping around the content and you're giving it those containers, and you're wrapping it all in those containers. So basically I just want it from that edit image. So if you get this from that end of that thing and say copy and go to your header PHP and paste it in and save it, that's that done. That's the header all done. If you go to the index, because it's already been highlighted, you can just delete. Now we need to find a way of including that template part called header PHP. Easy, because we're now in PHP. PHP always starts with, if you write in PHP code, it always starts with that. Okay, that's a left bracket question mark PHP, and now we need to include that file. So we're going to go require, which is there, require space, I swear it's this, and then we have to write includes / and what are we trying to include here? The header.php. Come to the side, press space, press this and this, and that's that done, people. I'm telling the PHP interpreter to require, I want you to require a file, and you'll find that file in includes folder, header PHP. Done, save. Now we need to get rid of the footer stuff, right? Forget the content on the actual page itself. If you look at the footer stuff, it basically starts here, doesn't it? If you look at this footer box no style, that's where all the footers start, see? So, and then if you look at this div here, this div, what I'm highlighted here when my cursor is, that ends the very first div underneath the body. Either way, we need all that footer box no style all the way to the end, including all this HTML here as well. So we grab all this code, we come down to this, we go Control and C, we go to our footer PHP, we paste that in, we say save, that footer PHP's been done, we go back to the index PHP and we delete that. We can zip to the top. If you want, you can type it out again, but here we go, people. I'm just going to grab that code, copy it, go to the bottom, hopefully, not too far though, and we're going to paste that in, but instead of having header PHP, we're going to put footer PHP, and we're going to save. Now let's see this in action before we do the sidebar PHP or do the blog or whatever. Let's go to, how can I view this? No problem. If we go local server, yeah, it's already Airlines 2. Yeah, that will work because I know I've done it, but actually it's not Airlines 2, is it? It's what we're doing, it's Airlines, and that should be in there now. There it is, people. Sunnydays Airlines, and it's all working. There's the header, it's been rendered. by that template part, and there's the footer. But if I choose blog, yeah, or this one, there's a problem. It's saying HTML. We need to rectify that. Now it's open, we can just leave it open now. That's it. I'm actually using PHP. If I look at my header, HTML. So we need to change this index to PHP and then change the blog HTML to PHP. Save it, and because I've saved it inside the header, every single page throughout the entire website, let's say there's 200, 300 pages, I've only got to change it the once across 300 pages. If it was HTML, you would have to change it on every single page and open them one at a time. That's the power of PHP. Now we need to create, if you go into blog, we need to save as, and then we go blog PHP, isn't it? PHP, save. That's the blog PHP. Done. Again, we need to, if you look at the index, come back, we need to get rid of all those bits at the top and bottom of it inside blog PHP. Get rid of all the header above this container. That container is where I've got the sidebar and content, so basically it's this stuff here. So get rid of all this gumph, we don't need any of that. We just need to include a header. Go down to the footer, which should be there, footer no style. We can grab all of this crap and delete that to that footer box no style. Get rid of that, but not, we don't want header, we want the footer. Okie dokie. So we've got blog PHP, footer, they're the two pages, blog and dinghy. That's been saved. If I then go back to this and press refresh, great. Now if you look at the bottom left of the screen, it says index PHP, blog PHP. Look at the, go on then. Nothing's changed, but we need to think about getting that sidebar into a sidebar template, and also the content into a content part, but that's later on in the WordPress side of it. But I have created the sidebar bit. You can see it there, can't you? Right, let me show you how easy it is to create a sidebar. See this H1 sidebar, the title, and this div? No, it's just a p tag. It's just a p tag, it's just a content itself. See this col at the top here, col3 row. I'm going to copy all the content out of this, including the H4 style. Copy. I'm going to open up the sidebar PHP, just as an example, and put it in. It seems, is that it? And then we're going to include that, are we? Yep. So save that sidebar PHP, come back to the blog, delete this. Okay, let me, oh, not that. Let me return this out and then return that out. So we've singled out this col3, right? Forget this dummy data over here, but we've got nout in there. Not until I put a PHP copy in there, not copy. I go down to here, paste it, but we don't want to require the header. We want to go sidebar content, but it's actually sidebar dot php. Oh, it's done it for me, has it? So save. Now if I've done that correct, this data inside, or if you like, however you want to style it, you can have different template parts, different styles. So sidebar standard, you can have sidebar links, content. You can have another template part that says I want you to require sidebar with images, image gallery, sidebar with something else. You can design different types, and then inside your main body of your page you can create, say, sidebar dash images if you wanted. So your standard would be sidebar.php. Then you can have different template parts. Brilliant stuff. If I've done that correct, we should have a fully fledged, and it shouldn't change. it didn't. So it got this data from the sidebar like part. It's easy when you get used to it. I've also going to include inside the description a link to what's it called? PHP and mysql and server-side web development by John Duckett. The link's there, people. It teaches you a lot about PHP, a lot about this stuff, and it's a brilliant book. Highly recommended. Alongside that book, I'm going to say JavaScript and jQuery by John Duckett. I'm going to advocate this book very highly. But one of my favourites, and if you've never touched HTML before, you've got HTML and CSS by John Duckett. That is a must. It just is. And of course, we're using Bootstrap and this, that, the other. So essentially, people, we've just converted our website into PHP. Look at the link at the top. It's a PHP website. Okay, contact does nothing. The search doesn't do anything. But I didn't want this. I just wanted to knock up a basic HTML website in Bootstrap and then convert it to PHP to show you how easy it is to use PHP and content parts and skip them out and then include just that part, so you haven't got to use the code. And if you do want to update the header, the navigation, or you do want to update the footer, it does it across the entire site. You do it once and it's across the entire site. That's the power of PHP. So somewhere in the links you'll see at the bottom or the top, you'll see a link to go download your HTML version of Sunnydays Airlines, and please use it and do whatever you want with it. It doesn't. I give you full rights to do so. If you want to take me off and take that down and rip it apart and do what you want to do with it, and then do it for a client, I give you the permission to do that too. You have full permission to do anything you want with it. You've heard it here first on the video, so there you go. But in the next part, people, I will be converting the HTML site, which is, if you look inside, yeah, forget this bit now, that's all been done, get rid of that crap. In my websites, I'm basically going to do the same thing again, but in a WordPress environment this time round, inside the WordPress folder. So if you go to this one, all these, this is what I'm going to convert next time. So the PHP was just a little side note today, that's all, to show how easy it is to turn into a PHP and to give you absolute full control on what you want to do on your website. Now this is different. In the next video, it's all about converting to a WordPress theme, for which I'll show you next time. If I just show you very quickly before I finish the video, if I go back into this PC, 164 www, and I go into my WordPress folders, WordPress? No, it is WordPress, thank you. And go into my content and then go into themes. I should have a few themes. Yeah, I was just playing around with 2013 theme. So yes, I've got a little bit of searching, and then when I do create a WordPress theme from Sunnydays Airlines, I'll put it into here. I'll show you how to do all that process after in the next video. Hopefully, people, you've found this instructive and you've enjoyed it. And I want to say thanks very much for watching. All the links required or to the books anyway are down there, and the link to my Dropbox should be I put it at the top. Then I'll put the link to the Dropbox at the top. You know where it is. Download the file, unzip it, and do what I do in the video. Thanks, guys, and we'll move on to WordPress development for the theme in the next video. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Bye.